In Kingsville this Veterans Day, a lot of support being shown for veterans. Our Jalissa Garza introduces us to one South Texas vet sharing her story in an effort to help keep those who are in the military safe. It is our top story at 5.
These are the sights and sounds in Kingsville this Veterans Day, a special ceremony honoring those who wore the uniform and those who continue to make sacrifices in serving and protecting.
I served 30 years in the Air Force, and I am a combat veteran. I'm also Latina. I went to school here.
One of those heroes is Lisa Carrington Firmin, a University of Kingsville alumni and South Texas native.
I was the highest ranking Latina upon my retirement.
After serving in the Air Force, starting her own business, and being a military liaison, she's answering that call to duty once again, but in a different way.
My current kind of big project I'm working on is a book about military sexual trauma, and it's called Stories from the Front, Pain, Betrayal, and Resilience on the MST battlefield, MST for military sexual trauma.
That book coming after she wrote an opinion piece over a year ago about her own experiences.
I basically came out and said I had been assaulted in the military, and I talked about the harassment I endured, and I said it's time for change. This was after the murder of Vanessa Guillen.
Vanessa Guillen, a name we know, a face we all recognize. Firmin says when that news came out, it brought back once repressed memories, and she knew she needed to do something.
I'm a writer. I write poetry and I write. So I said, I'm going to write a book. And this book includes 14 stories of people from all branches, every branch of service, and every era, starting in Vietnam.
14 stories, including her own, and of those currently serving.
If you notice on the cover right here, this is anonymous because I have 2 active duty people that are in the book that we cannot say their name for fear of retaliation.
It's a big responsibility, but Firmin says she's honored to share these stories.
Some of it's horrific, no one should have to deal with what they went through, but it's important that we tell the stories.
And says she's continuing to do her part to make sure that change happens, and that stories like hers, Vanessa's, and those in her book are not forgotten.
People can read them and say, wow, we had no idea that was going on, and maybe they'll contact their congressman, their senator, and say, you need to pass the laws to make some of the changes.
Jalissa Garza, 3 News.